Hey, shop at Teesprings for all your goods merchandise. We got what you need. You need shirts? No problem. You need mugs? No problem. You ain't got no money? Problem. Get the red suit, get the monkey, raise some money, buy a shirt. Hi guys, welcome to this week's box office report, goods podcast style.
Yeah, definitely. I actually saw movies this week.
I saw multiple movies this week.
What did we catch up on this week?
And one of them's Morbius. I can't wait to talk about this one day.
I also saw Morbius this week. I actually did not finish it, but I actually did see it.
Hey, you know what? We had a kind of like a fatal four-way here.
Yes.
Or maybe even a triple threat match, if you want to call it that.
As far as the box office.
As far as the box office. Okay. Because now these tent poles are starting to pile up here.
Oh, yeah. The minute we really get to like July and August, man.
Yeah, but
what's left, though?
You know, you have all of these, movies that were kind of like pushed back because of the pandemic and all these delay, reshoots, and all this other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So now some of these are actually starting to catch up now.
Yes, finally.
And so let's talk about this one. Number one was Jurassic World Dominion repeating as champ.
Wait, it wasn't Lightyear?
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, man, I thought it was going to be Lightyear. I'm surprised, people. What are y'all doing?
It earned enough. Jurassic Park earned enough despite a decent decline, probably like 50 to 60%, and it still managed to hit the number one with, I'll tell you right now, with $58.6 million.
It was okay. It was okay. It was one of those things where, like, it was cool to kind of see everybody being brought back. Ian Malcolm and Alan
Grant.
Yeah. I'm not sure that what's her name was needed to be brought back.
Laura Dern?
Yeah.
No, if you have to. You have to. If you're gonna bring back those two, you gotta.
I feel like they wrote in a part of the story for her just to have her have a reason to be there. It was like the locust thing and the seeds, and it was like, sorry.
249 million so far domestically. After week two, first 2 weeks, not bad.
People like dinosaur movies. I can see it, but I'm surprised that it's number one.
Okay, here we go. Lightyear, number two, $51 million.
I'm going to say this. I'm surprised that it is not number one, but the track record says that animated films in the box office will hang around for a long time. So I think this one will stay in the top 5 for quite some time and make up its money through a long run. I think that it was disappointing, and Disney's probably really upset that they lost to Dominion. But if it continues to keep making, 50, 30, 20 and staying there for maybe a month or two, like all of the other animated films that have been the beginning of summer have stayed in there for weeks at a time, then it'll make its money. We'll still be talking about a Lightyear too.
This is a $200 million movie that Pixar spent on this. Pixar hasn't made a movie since Onward, and that was right before the pandemic. Pixar has not done anything.
Like $750 to make Lightyear 2. What this is saying to me, and it should be saying to you guys out there, is that they should have got Tim Allen.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. I really do want to touch on that, on certain things that,
got Tim Allen.
Of why it did not work. And that is very true, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But let's move on. Number 3, obviously, Top Gun, $44 million. So far, that thing has grossed $466 million in the United States, and domestically. It is pretty much around 740, 750, possibly 8.
Man.
Worldwide. It's catching up to Doctor Strange. Right now, Doctor Strange is number 1 as far as 2022 global box office.
Just think if they had cast Jared Leto for this movie.
Top Gun is close to beating that, taking over that top spot.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie yet?
I actually have seen the movie.
You see the movie? Okay.
I was very happy with it.
I heard that it was absolutely excellent. I have not seen the movie.
I was very happy with it. Still they Bad Boys 2, the reason why he's still in the military, but other than that,
Bad Boys 3.
The Bad Boys 3, the reason why he was still in the military. The Bad Boys for Life, this one. But the movie was very enjoyable. But I will say that Top Gun, you had to have seen the original because there was so many callbacks so many callbacks, and I felt like if you hadn't seen the original Top Gun, you wouldn't have got a lot of things that were going on in this movie, or like all the characters that they kept bringing back. They were like, hey, remember this person? We dug him out, blah blah. I mean, I didn't even know. I had to research that. I didn't know that he had lost his voice from throat cancer. Yeah.
And they added.
And they had to add that in there, and I was like, and they added it to the script, and then they had to do that little computer voice to mimic his. I didn't even know all that stuff, and I was like, why are they writing this story? And then I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh crap, he lost his voice.
Yeah.
Ah man, that was an interesting. But they brought back everybody they could, except for the actual dead people in this film. Well, I mean, they brought back one, but I meant like Goose. I meant Goose from the story.
Well, you can't bring back Goose. He's really dead, unless he's. He can't be a Force ghost, Brad.
I mean, they could have done what Carl Weathers wanted. It was like, can you bring me back in like a dream sequence? Yeah, or
archive footage. So,
well, they kind of did because they showed the crash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did. So actually, they did. But never mind. They brought everybody back.
So they look at you look at like Tom Skerritt, Michael Ironside. They were a really integral part of the first Top Gun.
Yeah.
But they did not bring them back
because
they pretty much looked at it like filmmakers. The filmmakers were pretty much saying like, these guys are retired. They're in there because like Tom Skerritt's like almost 80.
Yeah, like what is he still doing in the military?
Yeah. So and then
we're already pushing it with Tom Cruise and Maverick. So how is these people still in the military?
All right, number 4, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, 4.2 million. Look at the drop off with that, Terrence. You go from the top 3 from 58, 51, 44, and number 4 is 4.2.
How long ago did Doctor Strange come out?
It came out May 6th.
It came out May 6th. So this thing is going on to 2 months in the box office. The fact that it still made $4 million, and we were talking about the movies last week that couldn't even make $1 million. Morbius got re-released and couldn't make $1 million. It's like, hold up, that's a win for them. They're still making money on that movie.
No, absolutely. Surprisingly enough, Top Gun has taken the domestic lead, $466 million versus $405 for Doctor Strange.
The real question is that $4 million, who still ain't seen that movie?
And we've actually had people still watch that movie.
Who still hasn't seen that movie?
They want to see Krasinski be spaghetti, man. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Yes, look, no, Tom Cruise ain't in this movie.
What's interesting about this is, like I said, that drop off, which means that when the next, like you said, when those blockbusters start coming in,
they're gonna get kicked out.
You're gonna get those 4 millions out, but you're gonna still have the top 5 all being in double digits, whether it's 40, 30, 20. They're still gonna be there. So I mean, the movies are definitely back.
Unless they're in the same category to where they start feeding on each other, that might be a problem.
That's true too.
And maybe that's why Jurassic World Dominion and Lightyear maybe underperformed, because that kid audience, parents had to decide what movie they were going to take them to that week.
Well, there's that, and then the reviews for Jurassic World are not good.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know why it's not number 1.
it's like because of the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, so like I said,
the
it's
real
the kid
stars
thing.
of the
Yeah,
movie.
it's the kid. So the kids, guys, like the parents, like, we're gonna see one movie. You know how much gas costs me to get over here? He's like, you're only seeing one movie.
Is somebody gonna get eaten? We gonna watch somebody get eaten or something? I don't know. All right, rounding out the top 5 is Bob's Burgers, 1.1 million.
Wow.
29 million so far. Yeah, that should probably wipe off this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So I was like, look, it's on network television. Stay home. Spend money on Lightyear.
So up next.
All right.
Up next, we have 2 movies that are coming out. One, both of them actually look fantastic, and one of them is just too much for me to handle. So I don't know when I'm gonna watch this one,
right.
but that's The Black Phone.
Oh man, I've been waiting for The Black Phone
with Ethan Hawke
for about 6 months now. This thing was supposed to release last year.
Yes, it was. And Ethan Hawke is on a tear right now. He was great villain in Moon Knight, and now he's in this movie. And from what I understand, his performance is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
in this movie.
I'm glad. Well, one of the reasons I'm kind of glad it did take so long, because I felt like the trailer spoiled this movie. The trailer gave so much away in the trailer, but I am very excited about to see it. My kids were the first people to put me onto it. They showed me a trailer, like, Dad, we gotta go see this. And then we were like, oh, it's supposed to. Oh, it didn't come out this week. Oh, it got pushed back. I don't know when this movie come out. We walked in the theater and we saw a poster. We're like, oh shit, it's still coming out.
Yeah. I have like 3 posters with all different dates when it was gonna be released.
Yeah, it kept getting pushed back, and I was like, so I'm excited to see it. So I mean, I hope it lives up to all the anticipation that I have for it. Please don't New Mutants this on me, where I was like super excited for it, and then I'm like, that happened.
Well, you got Blumhouse, and then you have the director of Doctor Strange that did this.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's gonna definitely make money.
But you got, you have essence of Buffalo Bill and Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
and then you got It. You know, you got because of the kids. Okay, so you got the It factor.
Yeah.
And then you got the Sinister vibes.
I gotta get quicker on these buttons.
Yeah. And then you have the Sinister vibes, you know, because it's made from the same people that did Sinister too.
And Ethan Hawke.
And Ethan Hawke. So, you know, really suspenseful. Definitely don't talk to strangers. That's the whole tagline on this thing. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Strangers do magic.
I don't know what. No, that's right. You take your shit over there. It's like that blooper reel on It, and he's in the sewer, and he wants to. Hey, Georgie, you want to whatever? He's I'm good. He takes off. He's like, yeah, you can have the boat. I'm good. I'll just go.
That's a, my brother can make me.
Yeah, he'll make me another one. Yeah. Have fun, bro. So that's one, and then the second one is Elvis. This movie, I'm telling you right now, Austin Butler is a star in the making. Tom Hanks is going to freaking elevate this kid by being with him. I'm saying both of them get nominated. I'm saying one of them is going to get an Oscar, whether it's Best Actor for Austin or Best Supporting for Tom Hanks.
Is this the third movie that Tom Hanks has been in where it was like some group that he was helping push along and like he's behind it somehow, like because we got that little thing you do. And yeah,
but this is Elvis Presley.
But yeah, there was another one that he was behind too. I feel like I've seen him do this role 3 times now. You don't remember that?
Yes.
It's exactly. It was like I feel like this is the same.
It was
thing.
in the 50s too.
Yeah, I feel like this is the same movie. And it's like we just swapped it out for Elvis. That's the same movie.
Well, it's 3 hours.
Well, I mean, Elvis had a long career. It's like he didn't die as a young man. He was up in age. I mean, he wasn't like geriatric, but like his career started when he was very, very young, and his legacy went on to his until he died like in his 40s or something like that, maybe his 50s. It's like so he had a very, very long career of him being popular and like adored by his fans. So. And a lot of things happened throughout his life, from the marriages and his daughter and the whole war and his guns and karate and all that stuff. So in case you don't know,
we gotta win this race.
So his movie career, all that stuff. So I wonder how much they're really gonna cover in this movie. Are they only gonna cover his early years, or are they gonna extend it out?
Like I said,
for 3 hours. You better cover everything.
It's 3 hours. You're gonna cover most of it. You know that the whole thing where he, with the Vietnam and or not Vietnam, but is it Vietnam? The war that one of the wars.
Yeah, it was Vietnam.
You know, all of that's gonna come into play. You know, pretty much all of his concerts. Possibly behind, you're gonna see, like movies within the movie as far as behind film set, stuff like that. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna cover a lot. But the energy that this guy is freaking putting into this role is like it's superb, man. I mean, you're getting this. Jamie Foxx as Ray, Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. Oh my God, what is his name? Taylor Edgerton, is that his name? He played for Rocket Man. That's his name, right?
I didn't
Edgerton.
see Rocket Man. I didn't see Rocket Man.
Yeah, I played Elton John.
Okay. I didn't see Rocket
Man. But you've got these phenomenal freaking performances when they're doing these bios, and I don't think this is going to be any different. He looks freaking just absolutely incredible as Elvis, and then all of the stuff he's putting in as far as his energy, because you gotta remember how Elvis Presley was. I mean, he was like real energetic. He had he was like that, so.
One of my thoughts was when I first saw the trailer, it's like I was like, oh man, he looks like Johnny Depp as Crybaby, and then I started thinking, I started thinking to myself, man, we should have had Johnny Depp do Elvis way back in the day, or maybe this guy can do a remake to Crybaby.
Oh, there you go.
That was one. But yeah, that was my first thought when I saw him, and I was like, oh man, that's a really good Elvis, and I was like, he looks like Johnny Depp as Crybaby.
Well, keep Amber Heard away from him. All right, so dud of the week.
Right.
And this is the first time that this is the first time in Good's podcast history that we're actually gonna have a dud of the week that's in the top 5.
Are you gonna go do Lightyear?
Lightyear is definitely
it's not
good.
I'm telling you, this movie is gonna make its money. It's gonna do it. It's gonna fly under the radar, but it's definitely gonna make its money.
Okay, so you're looking at a 80 to 90 prediction and expectation of what Disney and Pixar had for this movie's opening weekend. Despite the fact that you still had those 2 tentpoles that were really, really strong right now with Top Gun and Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World. So you have this opportunity, but obviously you didn't hit it. So 51's not a bad number. I mean, I'll take 51 million right now in my pocket right now.
It's not a bad number.
But when you're looking at the expectation of from the Toy Story franchise.
See, this is Disney, really quick. This is Disney. This is going to end up being a Tron Legacy, where Tron Legacy made money. It just didn't make enough for Disney, so they were like, scrap that. So I feel like Lightyear is going to be punished because it didn't make what Toy Story made.
Okay, so why do you think that it did not make that?
Well, I mean, there's little...
Why do you think it didn't hit that 90 million?
To be honest, it was because of Jurassic World being out. It was too close to Jurassic World, and you guys were feeding on the same audience. With gas prices being so high, people had to choose as far as being able to see 2 movies or being able to drive their car. So
you're going to see one movie.
You see one movie, I'm going to put $90 in my car to fill it up. So I think that had something to do with it. Normally, if we weren't going through this gas issue, it's like maybe people could have spent the money and saw both the movies this weekend because we had a long weekend, so it was an opportunity for people to see 2 movies. But because people are trying to cut back, and we're getting ready to start a recession, whether they say it or not, people had to cut back a little bit. They had to pick a movie, so some picked Lightyear and some picked Jurassic World.
That's fair.
So I will say that's it. So the other little gripes, I don't think were enough to financially affect the movie. It doesn't matter what the animation film is. If it's a recognized IP, kids will still see it. I think this was more of a financial thing with people than more of a like, I don't want to see it. I think it's still going to continue to make its money. If we've had other crappy animation films I've never heard of sit here in the top 5 for weeks at a time, and we're like, how is that still here? It's because people just need something to take their kids to go see.
Right.
And if the kids like it,
the Bad Guys.
Yeah.
Like, look how well the Bad Guys did. Nobody even heard about that. That's an original property.
It's like, and it's out there. It's like, dude, Lightyear can make some money, and I hope that it definitely does make some money. But what I really worry about is the simple fact of what else is really coming out for the next couple of months that might hinder that. But I think it could stay there.
Minions.
At least that is gonna do it.
July 1st.
Oh,
Minions.
That's gonna kill
July 8th.
And there you go. Sorry, Disney Pixar.
July 8th is Thor.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Minions is the first. Yeah. July 8th is Thor.
Yeah, it's over now.
It's over. It's over, Prime. Speaking of #1 animated movie of all time, Transformers, 1986. I just want to say that. Terrence, take us home.
Oh, man. So if you're watching Box Office Report, you're going to wonder, like, man, that was an abrupt end to a conversation that seemed like they actually expanded on. It's because I cut it out. It's going to be its own video. So if you're watching this, just be on the lookout.
This should actually be a whole...
Nah, just be on the lookout for the Toy Story review that we just did off the top of our heads right now. Or not Toy Story review, the Lightyear review. But if it's the first time that you're on the channel, make sure you subscribe, as well as click the notification button, so that way you're aware of all the other things that we do on the channel. As well as go and get our merch from Teespring or from Amazon. Both the links will be in the description for the video below. And if you just want to give us money, please do, because every dollar that you give, it does help this channel continue to go on, and we don't stay here in the dark. Go to patreon.com. We have giveaways for all the different tiers.
For Aspen, Art, and Carla, where the hell they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And we'll see you next time.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. Give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night. Or they'll have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down, patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it. Top flight.